A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Notorious Victorialus Erastus Necessitas Horarius Despondeo Spiritus.
Welcome all, this is Blaezer RTW. Sorry, just eating some Watsits. Okay, so you joined me for a 3v331k. You'll probably notice it's a little bit of a sketchy setup. That's because at the back here we've got Esrax, who is just watching it. That's why it's just that armoured general. So he's just watching, but when it deploys, obviously it thinks there's technically 3 teams, so it's all 3 triangles rather than just a straight line down the middle. So I'll run through the armies and the players, and then I'll cut it out, and then I'll cut it back when we're all sort of lined up again. Okay, so we may as well start with me. I'm on our left flank. I'm the SBQR. It looks like I've got 5 cav, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 infantry. Most of all, is it Alderage? Adlerorge. Been saying that wrong or thinking that's wrong all these times. He's got his general, but that's because they're all hidden in the grass there, so we'll see that one in a minute. And then on our far right flank, on our right flank even, is Jesus or Jesus. He's got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 archer auxilia, some urbans, some praetorians, and then 4 lots of praetorian cav by the look of it. As stated, that's Esrax in his general. Right, so the opponents, right, where are we? Okay, right, I can't really see what he's got. He looks like he's got 2 archer auxilia. Is that going to be 12 infantry, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 infantry, and then I'm guessing 6 cav. Yep, 6 cav, so that's pretty much going to be all gold, and then there'll be 3 or 4 units that have got a stripe on it. In their centre is Jack Frost. Who was that, by the way? Did I say it? Bacchus Malice? Yeah, he's been in a few, and no doubt will feature in a few more. He's a good player. Jack Frost as well, same to him. He's got 6 cav. And then what's that? 6, 12, 14. So he's gone for the 14-6 build. Sorry, I was expecting him to be to the right. And then what looks like is going to be on their right, or maybe the centre if Jack Frost is going to come around. We'll soon find out. Another Brutii. Jack, just this one. He looks like he's got 6 Praetorian cav, and then 14 is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, so he's gone for a 14-6 as well. Okay, so just to give you a quick gist of what actually happens, instead of me falling back over to Adlerorge and then the Scipii coming up, I actually push forward because I want to draw the battle lines, you know what I mean? I like to do that just to impose myself in the early games, just to think that, hey, I'm not going to react to you, I'm going to push myself, or, you know, to that effect. So I'm actually going to move up, which is not the greatest move, because they've got 3 lots, their armies are all close together. Ours 2 is, but he's miles out the way. And yeah, so I move up, Adlerorge comes up towards me, and what it is, it's when we form up, you see this guy's not moving yet, and I think it's about 5 minutes into it, and we're waiting for him, and we're like, I mean, you're going to come over, and he goes, oh, I'm just having my tea, or something like that. It was funny, I remember, at the time we were like, well, do you want to come over and give us a hand, sort of thing. But anyway, yeah, you can see how it's all sort of, I think I come all the way up to here. So what I'll do is I'll cut it back in shortly when it's all lined up. Okay, right, so we're near enough where we want to be. I'll just run through where we are. So I'm still pretty much where I was. I'm right there. Alderage, we can see his army here now. He looks like he's got a little flanking force here with the legionary first cohort in, and then he's got his urbans with his general there, and then 6 Praetorian cav. You can see the Scipii has finally made it over. He's a bit out of formation because he's still running over. You can see their left flank, the Bacchus Malus is pushing up. He obviously, was probably thinking he could have taken advantage of the fact there was only 2 of us there. It doesn't look like his teammates were on the same page. So Jack's actually going to push his infantry up towards mine, I think, which leaves Jack Frost either, he's going to probably make a decision of, is he going to try and flank me, take me out the game, but possibly leave themselves open to the Scipii. But to be fair, he looks quite far back, so obviously now is easier to think in hindsight, but this guy should just push up on me. Jack Frost send his whole army out to the right, destroy me and my cav, and then roll them up from this side. But whether they do or not, we'll soon find out. Okay, so we've got a nice little line here. That's quite decent of us at the moment. You can see they're starting to flank me though. I'm a bit sort of because I've got 2 armies on me over here. 2 lots of cav and 2 armies, so I need to be a little bit careful, and this is probably what they were thinking. If really Bacchus should be rushing up onto the Julio's main army here, tying it down, and then the same with this guy with me. He should be coming around, but it looks like I'm going to send my cav out to sort of just not, they're not going to do anything if he comes up to me. I'm just going to run away hopefully, but I'm just going to stay, just make him think about it. I've actually pulled my infantry out to the left because I want it near this, what looks going to be quite a big cav fight on the left. You can see Jack has sent a couple of his units in to have a raid on my Peeler units, so that's okay. So just quickly, it looks like some cavs coming over there still facing us. There's not much going on over there, so it looks like they sent their cav in. I probably didn't see it in time, but I have seen it, with just about. I'm going to send my other 2 cav off to take this guy out on the right. I need to be careful because I'm just about to get surrounded by all this Brutii cav, which I am. I would have thought this was going to come around, so that's instantly routed one of my units there. We've taken out one of them there. I need to double back this unit, take out this one, and then come into the back of these guys if I can. It's not going to route in time for me to save my cav. I should really be peeling off some urbans. It looks like I am actually peeling them off. They were probably sent after that cav and it routed and they chased them. I can keep my eye on it. I've sent the urbans in there now. Jack Frost has sent his cavalry round. He's actually going to have a dig at Adlerod, who probably isn't looking at the moment because his cav's been taken out. I'm bringing some urbans around the side here to try and take in the, to pen in the Brutii cav against my cav here at the back. This one that was tied up is finished, so hopefully he's going to join the battle. I've got some urbans there as well. I need to turn them and stop this second force coming in or holding them up. It looks like one of my guys got hit on the side, so that's not good. Okay, so you can see that the Julio is finally getting involved. He's sending his stuff over. That's going to free up this, which means I can turn all my cav to face this lot that's coming from the left flank. They've got a bit that's coming out. He's going to go and take out this Julio one, is he? Yeah, they're all targeting him. So all I've got left in there really is some urbans. I'm throwing some more over there now. I should have probably done this, but I need to watch out because they're actually moving up their infantry. So I do actually face up and form a defensive little unit. So that's quite good. Alderidge is sending in, Adleridge is sending in his cav to beat this one. Hopefully, is it going to do it? Not quite. Oh yeah, it is. One of them's gone, so they should go. Oh, I have got a little bit of cav left actually. I didn't realise I had that much. So I'm going to come into the back of these Julii, am I? No, we need to come over here. There's still a cav fight going on here as well. Let's turn this camera around so we can just keep it over there. Yeah, so that cav on the right's gone. So now everything's going to be thrown into this lot, which is that flanking little army and the Praetorian cav. You can see out of their 6 units of cav, they've not got too much of it left, and it looks like I've just taken out an urban as well. So that's a good charge by Adlerod. He's just going to run his way through them. I need to push all my urbans up now and just engage them all so that the cav has more effect. They're going to bring what cav they've got left back behind. Bacchus Malus is actually bringing his over to get his involved now. I can see what he was trying to do, take out that cav, but he was too near the my urbans, which are going to hold up his cav, and now these guys are just going to chuck loads of peeler in at them. So not too bad. Right, let me just pause that for a second, and we can have a little recap of what's going on. So the Skippy Eye doesn't look like he's actually engaged anyone. I think he must have been maybe firing at the cav, is he? No. But it looks like he's finally making his move anyway. He's going to send all his urbans and praetorians around the side. You can see that Adler has sent some in there to tie down these. I would have thought he's going to move up now and send these guys around the side of the Brutii. And what that will do is tie down his front probably 2 or 3 sort of lines, like that first row of tight urbans and the side, if you see what I mean. And then you can see all this... that was his cav, no wonder he wasn't targeting it. But you can see he's actually caught up and he's actually coming in. So those two are pretty much at a stalemate. I guess they're keeping an eye on proceedings over here. It's quite hard to tell how much I've actually lost. I think I've pretty much lost all my cav. I can't see any of my cav. I might have one. There's one bit there which I'm obviously resting up, bringing it round the back, and then there's a little bit here that's only 4, so that's not going to do anything. I must be chasing down that Julii cav there. Yeah, he's going to lose that cavalry in a second. Just about, but it'll whittle down those numbers. You can see he's pulled his Julii cav out from the back of the infantry as we were looking at. My guys are chucking peeler into the back of them. So in this line, Jack Frost's army is actually in reserve at the back. He didn't throw everything in. Jack did, and he's got this long line going on. You can see that I've got my core of my troops up here on the right hand side, obviously with some near backup, and I'm kind of just hoping to roll this up from left to right. Really, I just want to chuck one round of peeler and surround them, and that would mass route that lot, and then that frees up like 4 or 5, maybe 6 units. Surround this guy here, bang, he's gone, and then by then I'm sort of tucking into these ones on the corner as well. But we shall see. So let's get it going. Alright, so you can see Jack Frost has run his urbans in now. Or has he? Oh, he's just bringing them in and he's going to put them on auto fire. They're going to decimate this unit here that's behind. Look at that, yeah, dropping like a stone age. We've just routed of 40 of them left. There's a bit of Julii cav coming in the side. Yeah, he routed one off. That's quite good. That'll lower the morale of all the rest of them. It looks like they're going for a real big rush. That's a nice charge. That was up there. Sorry, it's just kicked off again and I just missed that. So you can see that the Julii general was way back here. He forgot to move it up with the rest of them, and the Skippy has seen that and targeted him. Let's have a look how his flanking motion is going. So he's got all his units behind now. You can see that Bacchus Malus is just starting to angle himself off. I think he's retreated by the look of it because Alderridge is still in that line. So it looks like he's just in the process of pulling his units back to a defensive formation. He's got his cav on this side, which is now going to try and take me out. This shouldn't take him too long looking at it, because what have I got, 4 units left? The guys that were there are still fighting. He's moved some more infantry across, so they're tied up on the left. I've got some cav that I'm bringing round, as we've seen. So yeah, so the main key bit of interest is obviously that unit up there. General got taken out, that's quite good. Bacchus Malus is retreating here on the right. The centre's kind of 50-50, although there's that cav charge coming in. I think it's either coming in or going out. And then yeah, we've got the rest of this bit here, so let's crack on. Yeah, so that cav charge was going in. Is it actually going to penetrate? No, but I need to turn my general around and face him. So this is just a sort of 50-50 over there on the left. I'm probably going to edge it unless these guys get involved, which they are doing. You can see they're taking out that urban cohort that's routed at the back. The Skippy is finally moving in some of his infantry, so that's good timing. I'm really in a bad state of affairs here. I'm not going to last too long. My general, I'm trying to pull him out of there, if you see what I mean, so he's not fighting. But it's not working. You can see that Julii has realised that I'm in a bit of trouble here, and he's sending over some. Infantry. I could do with a charge with his cav as well. I don't know what happened to my cav. Oh, did I just charge it in there? Yeah. There was too many of them there, and I didn't have enough cav to make a difference. I probably would have been better off maybe, probably just like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this centre bit there, but you can see my army with the sheer weight of the numbers that was coming around has just crumbled. You can see the Scipii is sending in his cavalry one nice fat charge, so that's quite good. Didn't really take out a lot. That was good blocking movement there. Can you see how he chucked 4 units out and blocked him from going in there, so that's quite good. Alderich has shored up his left flank now. The Skippy's behind with his archer auxilia. Obviously, if this was me and we've got the cav advantage like we have, these archers need to be way out here, probably where these dead bodies are, firing into the back of the Brutii with flames. I've got a few urban cohorts that have come back from routing there. Looks like I have got some cav, and I did go for the centre in the end where they were just 1 unit thin, but I don't think I could really do. If we route that, that's going to be quite nice, because then we can just start chucking around here. But he's going to send some urbans over to help, so I'm going to try and get my cav out there if I can. Right, so we're into a nice little bubble now. See the Brutii cows come around the back, but the Julii has sent out a blocking unit to stop him being able to get into the back of us. If he was going for the back of the Scipii, you wouldn't have routed them anyway, because there's too many of them. You can see their infantry is slowly but surely. I've got a couple of like blocker units just holding them up and giving Julii a bit of time to try and sort himself out, which he is doing. Hopefully these guys will be on auto peeler and just chucking them in. You can see here the Scipii is heavily, he should have been really flanking. Half that army should be behind his now. You can see Bacchus has again fallen back and got a defensive formation. His general's at the front of it though, so that's going to get tied down quite quickly. You can see Alderich rescued his general and is sat in behind, so he's actually got quite a nice defence, the Julii. I know there's a few units come around, but it's going to take them a while to actually get round to the flank. You can see that the Scipii with the sheer weight of numbers has destroyed that with the cav charge as well. He's actually bringing his cav in, so he wants to come right the way around the back cav, so he can get some nice strikes in, preferably in like a wedge formation as well. If he went into wedge facing that way and aimed for this back unit on the left, they'd just run straight through that line there, but you probably need 6 full ones for that. So you can see, oh, that was a Brutii unit gone, so that's quite good. Julii's got a unit that's going to come in and surround them. That's a bit of a tussle there, just holding them up, so he's doing a great job there. He's got a nice defensive core with his general right in the middle, so that's quite good. Scipii's brought his cavalry round the back now. He's also just finishing off a unit that's his own unit. Oh, they're all peeler in here. Look how much he decimated them. That's quite good. So now here comes the rush. You can see all his arrows. He's actually firing arrows into the back of them now. Centre's crumbled. He's sending his cav in, so that's pretty good from us. It's still pretty much, I would say, that's that. You can see he's bringing all his cav in now. That's going to rout off all this lot. As soon as this wing goes, they've got a fair bit left, but that would be an even battle, just that lot as it is, with a whole army of Scipii about to come around the sides. We know what's going to happen there.
His men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
Yeah, so that was a good battle. I mean, you guys know I like to blow my own trumpet a little bit. I think possibly me taking out quite a lot of cav on that side, or at least holding it up and not getting decimated, was a pretty good move. Look how much is up there. But otherwise, we just held a pretty good defensive line and just done enough until the Scipii decided he wanted to actually roll them up. So good game to everyone. I really enjoyed that. Looks like the timer's going to run out any second now, so I'll just leave it for a minute. I won't bother forwarding through. Oh, I've got a little bit of cramp in my left hand there. Oh, right, that's better. Yeah, so 1's admitted defeat, 2's admitted defeat. I don't think it's going to be too long before the other one does. Can't see what troops are left. Where's that it there? Yeah, that was it. Okay, so we've done well. So, like I said, good game to everyone. You can see Julii Adleroj. Julii. He's got 1,800 kills. That's really, really good, especially against Roman armies. So fair play to him. I got 1100. Jesus got 1000. These guys didn't get 1000. So yeah, no, that was pretty good game, pretty tense, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Right, ta-da.
Ball me, Blaezer.